Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing the Zino Pro, and I've waited a while on this, but we are finally going to take it out of the box and introduce it to you guys and bring it to my channel. So this will be an unboxing, and we're going to go over some important things with it. There's been talk out there on some other reviews. This is just another Zino, and yes, looking at it, that's exactly what it is. It's another Zino, but they're calling it a Zino Pro, so I'm going to explain to you why they call it a Zino Pro and why it's not exactly just another Zino. Technically, it's not another Zino. But real quick before we do the unboxing, just wanted to tell you this right here is your QR code on the outside of the box, and you also will have one on the side of your quad. You want to protect that, and in the future, if they make some hardware changes, you may need to scan that to identify the hardware that is compatible with your quad. So very important to keep that QR code. So let's not waste any time here, and let's go ahead and unbox this thing. Okay, so here it is out of the box, and just real quick for you newcomers, this is what you get in the box. You get a full set of props. That's a complete set, not a half set. You get a screwdriver to take screws out, and you get spare screws. They already have Loctite on the threads. You get this handy dandy little quick start guide. I highly recommend you browse through that, and then I highly recommend you go to the Hubsan website and download the full version of the manual. Get to know your quad. Please do not charge the battery and just take it and fly it. Get to know your quad. Learn calibrations and all that stuff. If you go to the top of my channel and click on the videos tabs, you'll find out how to do calibrations and important things that you should do before you fly. Also comes with a USB to micro USB for charging your controller. You have your 3 cables to connect between your phone and controller, and those 3 types are on this side. You have micro USB, C-type, and Lightning for your iOS device. And then we have the good old Hubsan Zino balance charger. Now, I'm not going to trash talk this one, but I am going to throw it in the trash. I don't keep these. I used to have a whole box of them, and I finally threw them all away. They've been making the same charger for years. It's called a balance charger. It does balance your battery, but it's not a good charger in my opinion. In the long run, I think it shortens the life of the battery. It's not consistent. It's just not a good charger. I'm going to leave it at that. I think the best thing you could do for yourself would be to upgrade to a decent hobby grade charger. I use the iMax B6 version 2, which charges the LIHV, the high voltage LiPos. It does about a fine balanced charge on those, and you simply plug this into the battery. Plug that into the battery. You hook up a balance extension to this that has banana cables on it as well, and that will charge into your plug into your hobby grade charger and give you a proper balance, allow you to check the cells, the resistance, and put it in storage mode and things like that. And when you have a bad battery, discharge it. So I highly recommend you make that your next upgrade. I'll put a link in the description of this video for the extension, balance cable, my iMax charger that I use, and anything else I mention in this video. Here's the cover. I already have that off the gimbal. So For you newbies and for you veterans, we have the latest version camera. This is the version 3. The way you can tell that this version is it doesn't have the lip at the top of the camera, and the lens inside is recessed deeper within. And the other way to identify it as version 3 is it has the clear dampeners, the clear gel, plastic, rubber, whatever you want to call them, dampeners. All the other versions that they made have the black. So that's the latest version gimbal camera combination. And like I said, some of the latest production model Zinos have this version as well. So that's the camera, 3-axis. Maximum is 4K, 30 frames per second. And then you have your 2K, your 2.7, and your 1080. And the other thing they've gone and done that's different is, to me, an upgrade that was definitely needed, and they've added a cooling fan. So if you listen, there's your cooling fan. And then the other thing I noticed, and I don't know exactly what it means yet, but we have a new color here. So right now solid red means we're transmitting, and then when I turn it off it goes green. Right there. So I don't know if that means anything, if it's a shutdown process or what, but they've added that. That wasn't on the original. So the other thing with this is it's additional range of 4 kilometers, 4,000 meters, where the original Zino does 1,000 meters or 1 kilometer. So with this same battery, 3,000 milliamp hour, 11.4 volt. This is what came with the original Zino. You're not going to get that maximum range with this battery. It's not necessarily important that you go 4,000 meters. All I care about is going more than 1,000 meters. So if I get 2,500 meters, I'm perfectly fine with that. I would buy this quad all day long if they said it just did 2,500 or 2,800 meters or 3,000 meters. But they say it does 4,000 meters. The battery's not capable of doing so. So to me, that's false advertisement. And if anybody was unaware of that and bought it, they should be upset if going that full distance is important to them. And Hubsan's gone and made a 5,000 mAh milliamp hour battery. So that's basically admitting that, hey, we produced something that wouldn't give you that full range, but now here's a new battery you can spend an extra $60 on, which they should give you for free or a decent coupon. But that's admitting that they put a product out that doesn't do what they said it would do. So that battery, I'll show you real quick just in case anybody hasn't seen it or seen the video I did on it. Here's a look at it. So it's kind of hard to see, it's not in focus, but right here is the plugs, and the rest of this is going to stick out the back of the quad. So the battery is longer. I don't know if it's a true 5,000 milliamp hour battery, but basically when it's hooked up, it's going to stick out probably about that far, maybe a little less. And it doesn't look like it has any type of snap system, so I don't know exactly how that's going to work, how it's going to lock in place. That might not be an accurate photo that they have, but that's what they got. So we're going to be able to get 4,000 meters, but it's going to cost you, between the original Zino and this Zino, there's $100 difference if you buy through, I'm using the prices of my affiliate link through Banggood, The original Zino's 235. This is for 335, and the battery is $60. So you have a $160 difference if you want the Zino Pro with the extended flight battery to get you that 4,000 meters. So that I'm not crazy about. I think that should definitely be something that they should put a little more thought into, as far as everybody who's gone and purchased this quad and is spending that extra money because they want that extra range. Not important to me, but I still will buy that battery just to try it out. So now talking about the controller, if one thing they've said they've done is they've gone and made it more sensitive. I think they said stick sensitivity. So what you'll notice is if you're a frequent flyer and you use the Zino and then you buy this, you notice it instantly. It has a center track that's much tighter. It holds it in the center. So normally when I take the original one and I'm working it up and down, I kind of feel like I'm doing this, where this holds it, the potentiometers hold it dead center, and I don't have to focus on it. I can do it without moving around. That was a bit drastic, but the original one is just sloppier, and it wants to go off to the side very easily. So that's a definite upgrade right there, because it's not something you have to focus on anymore. So whether you control yours with your thumbs or you pinch them, it is nicer. It stays center track. Those of you who do this, we've seen videos where you hear this in the video the whole time. It's not going to help you. I can't tell you what to do other than put your thumbs on it and fly it like this. That's the only way you're going to be able to notice the difference. So if you're a flicker, it's not going to matter. You're still going to be pretty poor at flying the Zino. So this will not benefit you. But that's really the only big change with the controller, other than the bottom here. You'll see this is empty. There used to be a set of pins there that we had to put a jumper on. And then they came out with a button, and you had to press and hold that button during the firmware update. So now that's gone. So that's a bonus, because what does that mean? That means we're going to do our upgrades through our app. This is yet to be done. I haven't had an update notification to do that update, so hopefully that's something that works. If I know Hubsan well, they're probably still working on that and haven't perfected it. So I'd be a little nervous when you get that first update. I wouldn't update your quad. If it flies right and it works good, leave it alone. Let just watch and see if other people make the mistake. And if you start seeing that their Zino won't connect, or it's a brick or what have it, don't be the test dummy for Hubsan. Wait and see if other people are doing it successfully. So that's pretty much it. You've got the extended range. You have the lease transmission system, and you have the fan. You have the latest hardware. So this one is not the same old Zino, technically. This one will probably go further. It will most definitely go further in firmware updates than the original Zino. That's about maxed out. There's not a whole lot more they're going to do with that Hubsan Zino. My prediction is they might do 1 or 2 more updates to fine tune it, get it to where it's good. They're going to leave it alone. They're going to leave it in the dust. This thing's going to drop in price. It's going to get some more firmware updates, maybe some new capabilities that the original Zino will not be capable of. It'll drop in price, like I said, and it's going to be the only thing the only thing people want to buy as far as the Zino goes. The Zino Pro, is it something you want to spend the extra money on? I'm going to say if you want this for the long haul, I would get the Hubsan Zino Pro over the Hubsan Zino. The Hubsan Zino is a fine quad. It's a good quad. It's enjoyable. I'm sure this is exactly the same feeling to fly it, and there's not going to be any difference there. It's just whatever they're going to do in the future and the improvements they've already made. I think it's a very good improvement that they've added the fan and that the potentiometers are self-centered a lot better. Those two improvements alone, and having all the latest hardware, I would lean towards this. There's too many conflicts right now with the Hubsan Zino if you need parts, because they've made so many changes within. We don't know what they are, all of them actually. I've got a pretty good handle as to what most of them are, but a lot of them we don't know about, and you update to a certain firmware or downgrade to a certain firmware and then your quad doesn't work right. So that's where this one, hopefully they won't continue making that mistake. The first Zino is the very first time they came out with this type of quad. They learned from their mistakes. They listened to what we were talking about with hot temperatures and wanting more range and sloppy sticks, and they took care of those things, and part of that they had to change hardware to do so. So I think this is probably the better buy right now. Is it a better buy having to spend an extra $100 or $160 for these things? Maybe not. It all depends on your budget. But you know this quad will come down in price. So, you know, right now the Zino through Banggood on my affiliate link, you can get it for $235. This one, I don't see any reason why it won't go down to at least $250. So give it time. If it's still too pricey for you right now, give it time. Wait till it goes down in price. But you might have to wait till summer if that be the case. So that's it. That's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Just I wanted to introduce it to everybody on my channel, and start the platform of what's to come, which is going to be range flight. And when we get that new battery, we'll do another range flight. And then the one thing I think most people are going to want to see is we're going to crack the lid on it and open it up. And then we will compare it, internal parts and everything, with the original Zino. This has got the latest camera in it, and the latest hardware. So the inside is what I want to see. I want to see, besides the fan, I want to see how different the main board is. Mainly the main board is what I want to see. So that'll be coming up on my channel. So if you have clicked on my videos, if you're a subscriber, you know I have a ton of content for the Zino, and I should be doing the same for the Zino Pro. Continue giving you a whole bunch of content on that. So if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for future content. The next thing I have coming up is the MAVIC Mini, and of course with that I'll do my little unboxing and range test and different type of reviews on that. So and then I will also be giving one away to subscribers next year in 2020. So hopefully the earlier part of 2020 we'll be doing a MAVIC Mini giveaway. So all good things, to good reasons to subscribe to my channel, and then, like I said, hit that bell for future content. And as always, on your way out, I really appreciate it. Give me that thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.